Bitch, I'm a demon. Bitch, I'm a savage. Bitch, I'm on fire. I'm Lucifer. You play with me and I'm shooting her. She sent her Addy, I'm scooping her. Every night. Then I wake up and I do it again. I'm coming. So I'm like, fuck it. I subbing a friend. Ain't no mistakes. We go, what? That's Albee out, man. I probably massacred the actual lyrics just now. I think the mixtape is Cobra. And the lyrics that I was just rapping, it might be top 3 of my favorite Albee Al songs. It's a song named Lucifer. The beat is so sinister. The beat is so crazy, and he flows on that track so crazy. I love that song. Your man got a lyric in there, so shit like, I hit your bitch with the juke button. Like, what? I never heard that one before outside of Albee Al. Like, it's one of the funniest shits. He was recently on the homie Math Hoffa's My Expert Opinion show, and he was saying some things that absolutely caught my attention. Now, if I'm talking about mixtapes like Cobra and whatnot, I obviously have been following Albee Al for quite some time. Albee Al is one of those guys from a music standpoint that I follow very, very early. And, you know, I try to see how their career is going to steer. I was like that with Stack Bundles. I was listening to Stack Bundles so early. I'm talking about, like, you know, his double disc with, who was that, Carmelo Anthony on the cover. Even when before he changed his voice and he had like that slurred delivery that a lot of rappers was doing, even Fab was doing it at a time, right? Jim Jones was doing that at a time too, that slurred delivery. I used to hate that shit. But he's having another run, you know, and I see him go to Math Hoffa's Expert Opinion. And the biggest thing that I took note of was him saying he hasn't been back to his hood since he's been home. Now, before I get into my main point about that statement, let's get into some of the tie-ins. Because the street said Hov can't come back home. You know, when I heard that, when I was back home. What do y'all believe about that lyric? It's timeless. Some of us live by that. A lot of us over the years have died trying to prove that. You see it rapped and portrayed by a lot of artists. I'm back in my hood. I'm back here. I've done this. I could pass through here. I could still stand on my corner. I still run my hood. What do y'all feel about that? That's Jay-Z, one of the most influential people, not rappers, influential people of all time. Where is home? What is home? Is home just a place that you happen to grow up because that's where your parents lived when you were born? You know, when Gilly said, if you grew up in the projects, the reality means that your parents was fucked up. Did y'all see when Gilly said that? That's a sorry it's true statement. If you grew up in the projects, that means that your parents didn't have the means to grow up in a different place, or they wasn't living in a different atmosphere. There's a lot of contradictions here in the points that I'm making. We say it's not where you from, it's where you at. Some of y'all watching this believe that. I believe that. You know what home is to me? It's a place where you rest your head. And that's going to come in one or two forms. A place where you rest your head where you have to be, or a place where you rest your head that you want it to be. Once again, drawing on the hypocrisy of it's not where you from, it's where you at. Or here's another one that could make it hypocrisy because we hold on to some of these sayings, but we don't apply them. The objective is to make it out. Correct? We've really been corrupted in our brains by trying to teach ourselves and teach each other that you have to show face or you have to remain linked or tied to certain places. Now, when we go back to Albee Al specifically, is because when he says that on Math Hoffa's My Expert Opinion podcast, that I haven't been back to my hood ever since I got back home. That's the energy I want him to keep. And I hope he keeps that mentality. He's a street nigga, and I hope that there's nothing that comes up in his life, his path, his actions, or his career that makes him go, you don't have to do none of that shit anymore. And the lyrics that I opened up with, I did that for a reason. Go to YouTube and search Albee Al Lucifer. The lyrics of that song, the way that it starts, I'm telling you, it's one of my favorite tracks because the shit go. But if you listen to the words, he's talking about some shit in there. Pull up on Warner and Des something. Pull up on Warner and smoke a op. We up like 3 and then nothing drop. What's he talking about? All this up in the score and whatnot. What's Warner? What street is that? Who lives there? Who's from there? Ops? Friends? Foes? What's he talking about? some of the names that he's saying and some of the areas of that song that has to be cut out, and these streets that he's naming and whatnot, it's clear he's talking about beef and people that he's been to war with, or people that he got issues with, people that may have lost their lives. That's real drama. That's real. Once you get to that level where people are dying and y'all are beating and you talk, we up like 4 and ain't nothing dropped. We up like 4 and ain't nothing dropped. So you saying that you got 4 of them? Shout out to Al, but this is the lyrics. These are the lyrics. Sorry, it's true. So this is why I'm tying it all in, and I'm saying, Al, keep that same energy. When you say that on Math's joint, stand on that. Don't go back there. Because there's no need to be the next rapper that goes backwards and ends up in some shit because of your past. I want to see Albee out succeed. He's got the talent. He can rap his ass off. He's got some uniqueness about him. You know, his voice is different. He's got the image. He's got the story behind him. You know, all this in and out of jail and cases, and you're stamped where you're from. People say that you really is a street guy, got into a lot of shit and whatnot. You're gone. I'm not saying that you're the biggest rapper yet. You still have a long way to go as far as like cracking into commercial success and all this type of stuff. But when I say you're gone, I mean that you're given the opportunity to not be there anymore. I'm seeing him flash all this money. I'm seeing him talk about all this money in his lyrics. I believe him. That's the thing. I believe you, Albee Al. When I listen to the lyrics of Lucifer, I believe you. I believe that there was shit going on. So keep that same energy. There's no need to be there anymore. There's no need to go back to Warner or wherever you're talking about, these old blocks in Jersey. Keep that same energy, man. I'd love to see this young man continue to pump out his music. He's been given yet another opportunity with his freedom. Don't let none of the BS bring you back.